Alright, buckle up. We're about to start a cruise ship tour. So epic, so luxurious. Slightly confusing at start as all embarkation days. But I tell you, even Odysseus would be jealous of getting on board the Odyssey of the Seas. And you can recognize the Odysseus of the Seas by two distinct characteristics. It has the North Star, the very confusing skypad. And today we're diving head first, or maybe just stepping cautiously onto the magnificent Odyssey of the Seas. Look at her, she's a beaut. We're currently infiltrating on deck level 5, I believe. Yeah, deck level 5. Your gangway to adventure. Right, so onward we go to explore the vicinity of somewhere exciting. Aha, stairs, the classic ship navigation tool. Let's see where this bad boy takes us. Down to deck 4. Excellent. More deck to explore. Wait a minute. These stairs feel particularly downish. Uh-oh. Looks like we've accidentally stumbled into the abyss of deck 3. Well, hello there, Temptation Island. Just a quick peek for research purposes, of course. Wouldn't want to get sidetracked by all this potential for winning. Or losing my shirt? Okay, new plan. Clearly my internal compass is set to chaotic today. Let's try that virtual tour thing again, shall we? But this time with a slightly higher vantage point. Forget walking, folks. We're going full drone mode here. Behold, the majestic Odyssey of the Seas in all her glory. From our current lofty perch, let's just say we're somewhere in the neighborhood of deck 32-ish. Feels about right for this kind of panoramic awesomeness. Look at her sprawling decks, her glistening pools. It's like a floating city of fun. Now this is how you start a tour. Let's descend from the heavens and get a closer look at some of this ship's legendary spots, shall we? Alright, ground control. We have landed. Welcome to deck 15, the epicenter of sun, sweat and questionable life choices after one too many cocktails. Observe the dedicated athletes on the jogging track. Round and round they go, burning those vacation calories so they can, well, eat more vacation calories. It's a beautiful cycle. And over there, we have the rock climbing wall, a fantastic opportunity to test your upper body strength. Or those of us gracefully navigating the second half of life, a fantastic photo opportunity from a safe distance. Look at me, I almost climbed that. The grandkids will never know the difference. My climbing days now involve a sturdy step stool to reach the top shelf. Ah, yes, the Skypad, a technological marvel. In theory, it promised virtual reality, bungee jumping, and all sorts of futuristic thrills. In reality, it's often just sitting there. Filled with the good intentions of a tech-forward cruise line and the slightly confused stares of passengers wondering if they need special goggles or a secret handshake to make it work. It's like that fancy kitchen gadget that you use twice and now it just collects dust, but bigger. Now this is where the magic happens. If your magic involves FT bank accounts. Welcome to the Sky Suite Sun Deck. Bask in the glorious sunshine, conveniently shaded by the massive arm of the North Star. And for added ambience, a direct view of the kids splashing around on the giant outdoor movie screen. Nothing says peace and tranquility quite like the faint echoes of a cartoon shark. Baby shark, baby shark. It's the perfect blend of exclusivity and, well, let's just say the rich and posh have a very specific definition of serene. Look, there's little Timmy doing a cannonball and the joys of high-end living. Speaking of joys, it's time for a little liquid courage. The lime and coconut bar, the essential pit stop before attempting anything remotely adventurous on this floating behemoth. One of these bad boys, and suddenly that North Star pod doesn't look quite so high, and maybe, just maybe, I could conquer the rock wall? Maybe. Or maybe I'll just order another one of these. Alright, with our courage suitably enhanced, let's continue our trek around deck 15. And look at what we have here. As we round this corner, we get a sneak peek of the wonders of deck 16. Up there, my friends, the Vitality Fitness Center, where you can witness truly dedicated individuals punishing themselves on treadmills while gazing out at the endless ocean. Inspiring, slightly terrifying, you decide. Right next door, we have the Playmakers Sports Bar and Arcade. Well, not next door, on the opposite side of the ship. The perfect place to catch a game, grab a beer, and relive your childhood glory days in front of a slightly sticky air hockey table. Just try not to pull hamstring, celebrating a virtual victory. And here we have the views into this arena, where you can do laser tag. You can also do bumper car races, or even play basketball. My god, the teens have it all. And tucked away like a hidden gem, we have the social 180 patio, the exclusive domain of teenagers. Enter at your own risk. Legend has it that the air is thick with the latest TikTok trends and conversations about things we probably wouldn't understand anyway. It's their sanctuary, their no adults allowed zone. Let them have their fun. And finally, we arrive at the extreme sports section, the legendary Flow Rider, where you can attempt to tame the waves and look effortlessly cool. Or more likely, wipe out spectacularly for the amusement of onlookers. And over there, the ripcord by iFly, experience a sensation of skydiving without the whole jumping out of a perfectly good airplane part. Now, I'm not saying that anyone over the age of 50 shouldn't try this. I'm just saying that my bones make more cracking noises than a bowl of Rice Krispies these days. Plus, that lime and coconut is starting to sound like much safer and equally exhilarating experience. Perhaps we'll just observe the youthful experience from a comfortable distance with another drink. Deck 14. After witnessing the vibrant energy of the Sky's sweet deck, my inner peace was screaming for a kid-free zone. And yet it is, the solarium. Observe this tranquil oasis, complete with a delightful cascade of jacuzzi pools. Notice anything missing? That's right, miniature humans. Just the gentle bubbling of water and maybe the occasional adult who's had a tad too much sun. And what's a kid-free zone without a dedicated hydration station for grown-ups? The solarium bar, serving up all the essential beverages. For those moments you just need to unwind. Let the adult beverages flow. And for those moments when the tranquility inspires a touch of hunger, we have the Solarium Bistro. Think of it as a mini windjammer, a delightful buffet experience without the elbow-to-elbow combat for the last chicken nugget. Speaking of the windjammer, hold your horses. We'll get there, I promise. Oh well, that was nice while it lasted. Exiting the solarium, we are immediately reminded that this is in fact a family cruise. Behold, the main pool. And yes, those are indeed children. Everywhere. There must be an ice cream station somewhere. It's like they're strategically placed to ensure maximum sugar-fueled chaos. Yes, a splash-away bay, where tiny humans can get an ice cream after approximately every 30 seconds of aquatic fun. It's a beautiful symphony of splashing and sticky fingers. But fear not, food enthusiasts. We also have El Loco Fresh, your go-to spot for delicious Mexican fare. We wouldn't want you suffering from a taco deficiency on this voyage. Now, for a slightly more refining dined experience, we have teppanyaki, where the talented chefs cook right in front of you with impressive knife skills and the occasion onion volcano. It's dinner and a show, for a reasonable extra charge, of course. And then we have Coastal Kitchen. Ah yes, the exclusive domain of the sweet guests. Remember those lovely folks watching cartoons from their sunny perch? Well, this is where they dine in slightly more peace and quiet, though I wouldn't be surprised if the faint sound of baby sharks still manages to permeate the walls. And now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, whether you're supposed to be here or not, the moment you've all been waiting for, the legendary Windjammer Marketplace, home to, well, pretty much all the food. If you can dream it, the Windjammer probably has a slightly overcooked version of it. It's a glorious, chaotic, all-you-can-eat extravaganza. Alright, moving on up to deck 13. What wonders await us here? Well, mostly rooms, lots and lots of rooms, and the occasional corridor connecting those rooms. It's a veritable labyrinth of temporary living spaces. But wait, there's a beacon of hope for those seeking a brief respite from the masses. The Sweet Lounge. A slightly quieter place for our sweet dwelling friends to perhaps recover from a day of overseeing the plebeians and their cartoon watching habits. Decks 12 and 11, more rooms, but fear not, the younger generation has not been forgotten. We also have Adventure Ocean. Think of it as a highly supervised playground where parents can drop their offspring and enjoy a few precious moments of uninterrupted, well, anything. Decks 6 to 10, just rooms. Seriously, just rooms. Okay, we've scaled the ives and navigated the midships, and now we've arrived at deck 5. This, my friends, is where the real magic happens. Entertainment galore, the beating heart of Royal Caribbean's legendary onboard experience. Behold, the grandiose Royal Theatre, a multi-level venue for spectacular shows, Broadway-style productions, and the occasional hypnotist who will convince you you are a chicken. Right next door, we have the Focus Photo Gallery, where you can relive all those candid moments the ship's photographers captured of your mid-bite or with the wind-blown air souvenirs. In the air, we have the Royal Esplanade, overlooking the bustling deck 4 below. A perfect spot for people watching and spontaneous shopping sprees. And guarding the entrance of the delectable Chops Grill, our specialty steakhouse, prepare your wallet. We have the sophisticated Schooner Bar, a nautical-themed watering hole perfect for a pre-dinner cocktail, or a post-dinner one. But for a truly top-notch, ultra-gourmet dining experience, we have the Chef's Table. Prepare for culinary artistry and a bill that might require a small loan. More culinary delights await at Izumi for exquisite Japanese cuisine and a whimsical wonderland where dining is an adventure in itself. And there's the Bionic Bar where robotic arms craft your cocktails with impressive precision and zero empathy for your life choices. Try explaining your existential angst to those metal appendages. Just past the elevators, we have Giovanni's Italian Kitchen, serving up classic Italian fare with a lovely wine bar. And look, a little hole offering a peek down into the main dining rooms on decks 4 and 3. It's a culinary peep show. Retail therapy awaits you on the onboard shops. From duty-free goodies to that essentially Art Odyssey t-shirt. They also have an art gallery for those who appreciate culture between their buffet runs and the next cruise desk for those already planning their next escape. And finally, we end up where we began with the awesome cafe at 270. By day, a chic coffee spot with incredible views. By night, it transforms into a grandiose interactive theater. Check out those incredible panoramic screens. It's like stepping into another world. Alright, let's descend to deck 4. where the excitement continues. As we saw from above, the Royal Theatre spans 2 magnificent floors, because one level of entertainment is clearly not enough. Over here we have the Crown Lounge for all those Royal Caribbean cruisers, loyal to Royal, who've earned their sparkly pins and bragging rights. Let's hope their loyalty doesn't end in a messy points divorce. And get ready to rock at the Music Hall, another multi-level venue pumping out live tunes. It even spills down to deck 3. Prepare for some serious head-banging or gentle swaying, depending on your preferred genre. You can also play pool here. More opportunities to tighten your wallet in these delightful retail outlets, souvenirs, jewelries, that inflatable flamingo you absolutely need. The Crown and Compass Pub, a classic pub atmosphere with live music, plenty of beer on tap, and the perpetual feeling it's St. Patrick's Day. Cheers to that. For those late night cravings, after a night of dancing, we have Sorrento's. Fresh, hot pizza by the slice, perfect for soaking up those celebratory beverages. And my beloved Café Promenade, home of the legendary Café Select card, my personal mission on every cruise is to maximize its value. And right across the way, the competition Starbucks. May the best caffeine purveyor win. Over here, boleros. Get ready for some Latin rhythms, live shows, and maybe even a spontaneous salsa lesson. And don't forget the thrilling art auctions, where you can bid on, well, art. And finally, guest services, where you can politely voice your concerns, ask for directions, because this ship is a maze, or maybe just drown your sorrows after losing all your money in the casino. And last but certainly not least, on deck 4, the main dining room, a vast, elegant space for formal diners and more food. Now, let's venture into the abyss, deck 3. It seems the casino has claimed a significant portion of this level, a dazzling den of chants and flashing lights. But fear not, culture vultures. Somehow they managed to squeeze in more music hall and even more of the main dining room down here. It's a testament to efficiency space utilization. Or maybe just a really big boat. And there you have it, folks. A whirlwind, slightly chaotic, but hopefully hilarious tour of the magnificent Odyssey of the Seas. I hope you enjoyed this little glimpse into the floating funhouse. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more cruise craziness, and let me know in the comments which part of the ship you'd like me to explore next, and maybe actually get to the right deck on the first try. But maybe you better watch this video for a coffee tour on Odysseys of the Seas. Until next time, happy cruising!